here, Taipei. We were supposed to be walking 15 minutes to our Airbnb, but we're not anymore because the rain that we were told was going to happen this whole week has finally started. All the signs are in Chinese and I can't read them, and the map is hard to read and it's raining. It's this way, but let's just wait a minute.
How you doing?
It's so wet. I just don't want to break all of our things, but it is that way. I'm soaking wet. We're going to the hot springs, but I don't have sunglasses. Nice place. Super early, so the malls are not open yet, but they're still open to walk around in. I feel like those old people who like get their exercise walking around in malls because it's air conditioned. It's not super air conditioned in here, but it's not as hot as outside.
It's 100 times better than outside.
It is 1,000,000 times better than outside.
Hot springs, hot damn.
Hot day. They don't have air conditioning. I'm gonna scream. Incredible. I feel so relaxed. It is hot out here. I'm gonna feel it in like 5 minutes, but I don't currently. It's very nice. This is so ready for you to like come and spend your day. They have aloe in the bathroom. They have combs and brushes that they sterilize. They have a machine where you put your bathing suit in and it like wrings most of the water out. It's not totally dry, but like I could have been in the water 5 minutes ago and now it's fine. We came upon this place and it's perfect. We couldn't even find it again if we tried.
This is where real food comes from. It comes from a street side stall behind a plastic tarp in a private dining room that you're never gonna find on a map, number one. Number two, you're never gonna find it online. I guarantee this place has no presence on Yelp or TripAdvisor or in any Lonely Planet guidebook. But you know it's good because the taxi drivers and the locals and the old decrepit grandmas are the ones who are eating it. We've got some kind of dumplings with noodles and pork spare ribs with noodles.
I feel like when something is expensive and it's good, you're like, yeah, that was good. But when it's cheap and it's good, you're like, oh my God. And that's how I feel.
So after the hot springs and a fine lunch right off the side of the street behind the plastic tarp, what better place to check out than a Friends themed cafe? So this place is super easy to find. It's right off the Green Line, only a couple stops away from Taipei Main Station. It's not incredibly well known, but it's kind of surreal to be inside a mock set of Friends.
This is Joey's penguin.
And this is the turkey.
But the turkey is a real turkey, but the penguin.
The ambiance here is like nothing in the show. It's like an empty film set. It's very quiet. There's no music in the background.
Well, it's not far from things, but it's not like in the main area of town either. Joey doesn't share food.
Hey, ni hao. We're here in the Daocheng neighborhood of Taipei today with Taipei Eats. We're gonna check out some of the legacy recipes that help define Taiwan as a foodie paradise. Let's go get some breakfast. I think right now we're getting a Chinese breakfast soup of some kind of pig liver congee, and a couple of other unidentifiable cuts. But thankfully, we're in good hands, and Tina's taking care of us. I love liver, but pig liver with Taiwanese ketchup is like a whole other level. You've got to really appreciate the whole animal if you're going to eat an animal, I guess. That's my philosophy anyways. Henceforth, you end up eating the ovaries of a pig right next to its liver and enjoying both of them very much. If you were going out for breakfast in the US right now,
And you ordered a beer?
you would first of all be looked at as an alcoholic downcast on the fringes of society, unless it's a mimosa.
But it's so hot here that like, yeah, I'm just gonna sweat it all out. It's fine. Let's share a giant beer.
These vendors congregate together and they all have different specialties, which basically makes for cooperation over competition. Everybody's happy.
There are a lot of night markets here that they have their specialty list in English because it is more of a touristy thing now. But this is a daytime breakfast market and there's no English here. So there's a little lime in here. There's some Taiwanese beer and then some other something, and I don't know what it is. You know in Ghostbusters, the part where she says there is no Dana, there is only Zool.
There is no Dana, only Zool.
What a lovely singing voice you must have.
She's right here. I can see her. So Tina, our tour guide, told us that they are starting their tour half an hour earlier than they used to because there are a lot of old men that come out here to this little courtyard where we are in front of the temple and behind all of these little food stalls. And they come out here and they start drinking beer and like whiskey and cocktails at like 10:30 in the morning, which like rock on, I guess.
The proletariat here, some beetle nut.
The swallowing the saliva, just not the
So the beetle nut is not great. It's not terrible. When you first put it in your mouth, it's like tastes like a bunch of grass and it's not great. But then you chew it a little bit, you spit out some of the red juice that comes out, and it's not terrible. I don't know what the hype is though.
Fish balls. Basically a dumpling filled with nondescript seafood and fish parts. It's hot, it's fresh, it's doughy, and it's exactly what you want to be eating at 11:45 after a beetle nut. There's an infinite variety of smells, colors, textures, flavors surrounding us, and this is definitely not the spot where you're gonna bump into tourists. This is a locals only vibe, and you see people just going about their daily business, buying and selling all kinds of dried herbs, all kinds of fruits, all kinds of meat sections. This is the real deal, and we're gonna dive in head first.
So these are called e noodles because they are just made out of flour and duck parts. So there's no water in it. So when they're making the noodles, it's very hard to do. So they make the sound e noodles. Wow, craziest texture. Legitimately looks like mozzarella, but it does not taste like mozzarella.
heard it here first, folks. Pork floss, better than dental floss. Oyster fritters. It's like a corn meal hush puppy with spice on top, and it's perfect for chasing out that horrid taste of that bitter tea that I just subjected myself to.
Where was this when I got my tonsils out? Looks like I'm eating a Pokemon. Okay. I don't want to share. So the gelatin itself doesn't have much flavor. It's the like tea that's around it.
There's not pork, there's a bit of salt.
Thank you.
Wow.
I'm so full, and we tried so many foods that I've never even heard. I've like looked up all the different foods in Taiwan and Taipei, and I've never even heard of half of the things that we just had.
No, I was with it and keeping them up to date with the camera for like the first 5 or 6.
Too many things.
It started coming in rapid fire succession, and all of a sudden we're like 12 or 13 dishes deep.
They were so good.
And you just get, they make an offer. Tina's like, and do you want to try the oyster fritters? And you're like,
Yes.
yeah. And do you want to try the garlic cake with chili? Yes. Now
But
what
can I
if-
fit anything else in my stomach? No.
Bye-bye, Taipei.
So little change of plans. We were planning on going to Jufin today, but it's too hard and complicated to get there. So we're just gonna explore around Taipei.
150 degrees out here. I feel like I'm marinating into a soup. And you come into the subway station entrance, and all of a sudden you get hit with this polar vortex of air conditioning. Hardly a better feeling in the world than to enter that vortex. We're gonna run into the abominable snowman down here.
It's not even that cold right now, but it's like the first time I haven't been melting since we walked outside.
We just touched down in Tokyo. I've been looking forward to this my whole life.
Where's the guy? It's not George Washington. It's not Andrew Jackson. It's not who's on 100.